Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be doing a breakdown of all the points and costs for the Death Guard Battle Force box set. Here we go, this is the 11th video in this little mini-series where I go through all the 40k and Age of Sigmar Battle Force box sets and break down the points and the costs. So lots of videos up already, but in this video we're going to concentrate on the Death Guard Council of the Death Lord, and this looks like a really interesting box set. I think this is one of the good ones out of them all, so yeah, I think this is going to be really popular. Very excited to see another Primarch in there. I think that's a really good idea and definitely mixes things up a bit from previous years. In this video, I'll break down the costs in UK pounds, US dollars and in euros for all the units included, then look at what the potential price could be for this new box set, and hopefully it'll be the similar price to last year. But then once we've done that, we can look at discounts as well and also go through all the points. So hopefully that'll give you a great idea of what to expect should you order one of these for your collection. The Death Guard got a lot of attention in the previous edition of 40k as they were paired with the Space Marines in a lot of the starter sets, and these are some of the first 40k models I got, so really excited to see them now as a battle force led by Mortarion. So yeah, really looking good. I think this is a really nice set to get if you've got a collection already. It will definitely complement that. Starting off, I'm not sure. I think it could be quite interesting, but I do think you need some Poxwalkers, don't you? But we'll talk about that later on in the video. Here you can see all the units that are going to be included in this box set, led by the big model, Mortarion himself, so that's going to be the main one. Then you've got the Plague Marines and another unit as well, which is pretty cool. Some nice models in there. Price-wise, Mortarion, the Demon Primarch of Nurgle, that's going to cost you £95 if you bought it at the full RRP. So once we've gone through the RRP, we'll break down that cost later on to the discounts and everything. Then there's the Blight Lord Terminators. These are going to be £36 for 5 models. And then finally, you're going to get 2 sets of Plague Marines, and the Plague Marines come in groups of 7, so 14 altogether. Let's have a look at the prices then. So once we put it all together, the grand total is going to come to £196. Certainly not one of the most highest price-wise out of all the sets we've looked at so far. But if we break that down into the US, that's going to be $330. And for euros, I was back to the French website to get the euro price of €257.5. Now we've got the prices to get started with. Let's have a look at the points value for all of these units combined. But before we do that, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Firestorm Games for sponsoring the channel. Really great to get that support. And it's good for you too, because if you follow the link down below, you go to their website and save up to 20% on all your hobby products, including these battle forces and lots of other games too, like Star Wars Legion, D&D and lots of others. Okay, now let's have a look at the points then, and right at the bottom of the slide you can see here that the total is 944 points. Now I've gone for the baseline points, so maybe with some extra weapons you could squeeze it up there to 1,000, which I think would be really good. And as we break down the battlefield roles, here you can see what each of the units is going to do. Mortarion, he's going to be a Lord of War, so that's going to cost you 3 command points to bring him in. So for smaller games, that's quite expensive, but could well be worth it to play this awesome big model in your army. Then you're going to get 1 elite unit, and then the Marines will be 2 troop units. Now for open play, none of this really makes any difference, but if you want to go with a battle-forged army, you'll notice right away that we are missing a leader, so you're going to have to get another model there to have at least a patrol detachment for your troops, elite, and then the leader when you get it. And on top of that, you'd have to pay that 3 extra command points to get the super heavy auxiliary detachment for Mortarion. We'll have a look at what units we can add to this starter set later on, but let's get back to the price then. So altogether, for 24 models and the Primarch is 196. But if they do these Battle Force boxes for the £125 mark like they did last year, then that's going to be a great way to get started. It really is the best way to get a good discount on these models. And then go to your friendly local game store, online retailers if they're available, and you could save up to another 20% on that, bringing it down to potentially £100, which I think is a really good price point to get started with any army. So to get to 1,000 points for £100, I think that's really good. Points wise, this probably isn't the best army that we'll be looking at for 40k. You know, you are getting a lot more points in some of the other armies, but I think the way it's put together, it's really good if you're starting out and you want to give Death Guard a go. I don't think you can go wrong with these units to get going with, and certainly if you've got a collection already, some more Plague Marines aren't going to hurt. Terminators are a great addition, and if you haven't got Mortarion yet but wanted to get hold of him but were put off by the price, then this has to be the time to do it. So yeah, really good that they put these Primarchs in the sets this year. I'm really happy they did that. I think it makes a nice change. I was looking at what units I would add to this army if I got it, and right away I just thought the Combat Patrol looks like a good way to go for the Death Guard. I mean, it's £90, you get a lot of models in there, 39 models altogether. You're going to get some more Plague Marines, you get a leader, which is great, and then you get all the Poxwalkers, which I think are iconic, part of the Death Guard. In all the starter sets that came out for the previous edition, the Poxwalkers were always in there, and from a lot of the battle reports I've seen online, there's always Poxwalkers included. So I think this could be a great way to go. Get your Battle Force set for potentially £195, £90 for this, and that's going to be £215. Get a 20% discount on that, and for under £200, well under it, you're going to get a good size army, at least 1,500 points there to get started with. After that, you'll probably want some vehicles of some kind, maybe some heavy firepower. Why not go for some feated bloat drones? I think these look awesome. And again, I always go for rule of cool first. I'm not competitive or anything like that in my play, and so I choose things that match my play style and that I think look awesome. And I think a few of these would look really good. I've got one and I love it. I think it's an awesome model. So yeah, having a few of these on the table would be great. And then look to grow it from there, maybe for some more heavy hitters, some tanks, and some of the other bigger models too. As always, I'd love to hear what you think about this army. Do you think it's a good place to start? A good addition for an existing army? And what units would you put with it for your army? Let me know down below. It'd be great if you play the Death Guard and you've got some experience. I'd love to hear your opinion and some tips as well. Yeah, it'd be great to hear what you think. I hope you found this video helpful and it's given you a good idea about what to expect from this Council of the Death Lord box set. Lots to like, some great models. I think it'd be a really fun army to give a go if you haven't started one already. And if you're looking at some of the other 40k battle forces, I've done most of them now on the channel, only a couple left to go, so loads to watch for that. And if Age of Sigmar is your thing too, then check out the Battle Force boxes I've covered. Only 2 left, so yeah, nearly done all of those already. So thanks again for watching. If you did like it, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this one, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too to join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.